Evening guys, I'm here in the indoor grow tent with my very sad, unhappy Rollinia. And as those that have been following along know, this plant has been relentlessly attacked by aphids, and no matter how many things I spray on it, whether it's dishwash or oils or pyrethrum, these plants have just been absolutely decimated. And in the last week, if you've been watching my other videos, I pulled in some biological control insects, some insects that can come along and eat these aphids, and I'm here with the first results. Now, having a look at this leaf here, you can see on here this little white creature up the back here, this little white creature under the leaf here, and this little white creature on the side of the leaf here. These guys have almost entirely cleared this leaf of all the aphids that were on the plants. This leaf previously was entirely covered in aphids, and in fact you can see that little bug that's crawling around. They sometimes call them trash bugs. They are lacewing larvae, and what they do once they murder an aphid, which I think our little friend is doing right now, they get the corpse of that little bugger and they chuck it on their back as a sign of victory. And so they have come along and they've done a really good job already clearing this Rollinia of aphids. Now they're actually pretty efficient. I have another plant over here that was problematic with its aphids. All the new shoots were totally covered in aphids, and whilst there still is one or two aphids left on it, they have actually been totally cleared off. So in fact this plant yesterday was crawling with those little lacewing larvae, and today there's none on here, which makes me think they've probably exhausted their food supply and they've moved on to the next great aphid source in the tent. So I'm very pleased with these biological controls. Some of them I'm less pleased about. The ladybugs, for instance, I dumped a whole bunch of those in here. I can't see any ladybugs in the tent. I mean, the tent's a closed space, there's nowhere for them to go, and yet I can't see a single ladybug. So they've either perished and are now in the bushes somewhere, or they're hiding and not doing their thing. This is another one that I am actually quite pleased about. You can see this little crawling creature, if it will focus. Doesn't really want to focus on our little crawling bug here, but we have these little white bugs. I forget what they're called, but they are great. They actually go along and they eat all the scale insects on the plant. And these are ones, unlike the ladybugs and similar to the lacewings, are actually proliferated through the tent, and it can be hard to spot them. But we'll see if we can't find one or two as an example now. Here's one, being good, eating up all the scale insects on this black sapote. Over here we have another one crawling up the bark here. So these guys have actually done quite well and have been spreading around the tent as well. But by far the most useful of these biological control we've had so far is those lacewing larvae. I'm extremely pleased about what they did to the Rollinia over there. I'm hoping that in a couple of weeks, once that infestation is entirely devoured by those little critters, that this Rollinia will come back big and strong and happy as always. And so guys, I'll leave this video here. I am very happy, and in fact this has been 100 times more effective than anything I've tried in the past. The fungus gnats, the predatory mites, sorry. I don't know if they're doing anything at the moment. It's hard to tell. They're so tiny that it's very difficult to see. All of this vermicular that you've seen spread on top, I spread another 10,000 or so of these mites on these plants. And I don't know if they're predatory mites in there or spider mites or a mix of all of the above, but these guys are apparently going to spread throughout the tent and take out any residual spider mites as well. So 10 out of 10, recommend these biological products. This particular bunch came from an Australian company called Bugs for Bugs. They came quite quickly. I was very happy with the way that they delivered their products. Everything was alive and well. and so if I need them in the future, I'll be quite happy to go back to them. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. We'll catch you all in the next one.